Mushmouth.
What's Mushmouth saying?
And we showed a picture of Mushmouth and him, and they look just the same.
Him with that hat. It was Bill Cosby's kids.
Yep,
the Cosby kids. Nah, 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 gonna have a good time.
Hey.
He's Mushmouth.
No, is that Albert? Abba Hooba 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 Hooba.
Is that Mushmouth?
Is that Mushmouth?
Talks like that.
Hey,
he has the hat on and has his eyes out. He looks like him.
He looks like Mushmouth. Tim Scott defends saying Biden has blood on his hands in wake of the Hamas attack.
Because what's his name?
He's blaming Biden for the Hamas attack.
The guy, what's his name that sits in for George Stephanopoulos sometimes with the glasses, Chris somebody. He had to repeat that. He said, okay, Tim, are you honestly saying that the blood, the what has just happened with Hamas bombing or whatever, that's because of Biden? He kind of stepped back a little bit, but he still kept trying to justify it.
Senator Tim Scott, Republican, South Carolina, Mushmouth, defended his previous comments in which he alleged that President Biden has blood on his hands in the wake of the Hamas deadly attacks on Israel, claiming he does not regret the comment aimed at the White House prisoner swap with Iran last month. Asked on ABC News this week if he regrets the comment, Scott said, I don't actually. I'm a happy warrior without any question. What warrior look? What kind of warrior does he look like? Okay. But we are now in the midst of a conflict. And so the warrior requires responsibility to start at the top. He keeps saying the word warrior, thinking that if he keeps saying it, we'll somehow see him growing a beard and a mustache and look more like a warrior. When you think about the fact that the weakness of Joe Biden attracts conflict around this world, and frankly, the negotiations with Iran was specifically what I was talking about, Scott continued, $6 billion for hostages only creates a bigger market for Americans abroad. Again, what does that have to do with Hamas' attack on Israel? When this week co-anchor Jonathan Karl tried to interject, Jonathan Karl tried to interject, Scott continued, let me finish. He's always yelling, let him finish.
Thank you.
He did that on The View, you said. Let me finish, John. That money, we know Hamas first thanked you was to Iran. 90% of their money comes from Iran. But those pieces of the puzzle together, that's why the administration froze those dollars just last week. Now, before they found out that the money was frozen and Iran didn't really get it, the Republicans was running with the fact that the money was given to Iran.
Right, exactly.
But then they was proving that was dumb and stupid.
Exactly.
So now they got to say, okay, it's frozen. They don't really have the money.
Yeah, they have to take
Scott also running in the Republican presidential primary race has been vocally critical in recent weeks over the Biden administration's previously released $6 billion in frozen Iranian funds. I don't know how he figured this out, but somehow he tied all of that to Hamas crossing the border, Gaza border, and slaughtering over 1,400 Israelis.
It's Biden's fault. The blood is on Biden's hands. Really, Tim? Was you deep in prayer when you got that revelation? Because you out there too.
Another Christian.
Yeah. Y'all, you're never going to make Christ, Jesus, Yeshua look bad. You make yourself look bad, unfortunately, because it's a personal relationship we all have with him, those who are in relationship with him. You really show true religion when you act like that or make stupid comments like that. So he never took it back, though, when Jonathan asked him at least 2 or 3 times, because that was a very harsh statement.
He has to stand out. This is the only way we're talking about him. Why else would we talk about Mushmouth?
That's true.
And so he has to say something ironic and crazy, like I said, Monique, so that your name gets put out into the...
Right. You're still relevant.
They're so irrelevant that they have to say something crazy so that people can talk about them.
Right. To keep talking about you. You're not at the level of Trump, unfortunately, because he's going through craziness. And the other Gates and all of them try to stay relevant too by saying stupid stuff.
Right.
But I guess that's all. To me, like we were saying, how the Republicans play chess.
Chess.
And the Democrats.
Well, not anymore.
They're all playing checkers.
They all
now.
playing checkers now. I used to give the Republicans
They've
more credit.
kind of.
No, you know what? The Republicans that I kind of had that I thought were playing chess, they've all resigned.
Yeah,
and
Romney's not going to run anymore for his
Cheney,
position.
all of them, they've all left.
And McCain passed away.
So the ones that's left is idiots.
Because McCain, Romney, all of them, they were chess players.
And the ones, even the governors and senators and all of that, they're all left. They not in their positions no more. Yeah. So what's left is a bunch of nut jobs.
And they're young and immature Ramaswamy people.
Who still Obama's messages.
Steals his sayings and stuff. Oh my God.
So from mush mouth, we go to another mush mouth. Mm. Now the other guy was really a mush mouth. Tim Scott looks like a mush mouth.
Right, he looks like that image of the Cosby Kids.
Brian McKnight is a mush mouth.
What's going on with him? I was